Ever wake up already tired, even after sleeping? Not I stayed up late tired, not I didn't get enough hours tired. That deeper kind of tired. The kind where your body's awake, but your brain feels offline. Where even scrolling feels exhausting. Where coffee barely works. Where motivation feels like a memory. And the worst part? You start blaming yourself. Lazy, unmotivated, broken. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people feeling exhausted today aren't weak. They're leaking energy, silently, through their daily routine. And once you see this, you can't unsee it. Stay with me, because this is not another wake up at 5 a.m. and meditate video. No cold showers, no monk routines, no fake productivity. This is about why normal days are draining you and how tiny, realistic changes can flip everything. Let's start with something painfully familiar. A student wakes up at 7:30. Alarm goes off. Phone picked up instantly. One notification turns into 10. 10 turns into scrolling. Scrolling turns into panic. Now you're late. No breakfast. No water. Coffee replaces food. Brain starts the day already stressed. Classes feel longer than they should. Information doesn't stick. Focus feels slippery. By afternoon, motivation is gone. By evening, guilt kicks in. I'll fix my life tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. And here's the scary part. That routine feels normal. So you assume feeling tired is normal too. But it's not. That's not a sleep problem. That's a routine problem. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Energy isn't something you have. It's something you spend. And most routines today spend energy in the dumbest way possible. Let me explain. Every decision you make costs mental energy. What to wear, what to eat, which task to start, whether to scroll or work. Your routine forces you to make dozens of decisions before noon. By the time you actually need focus, your brain is already bankrupt. And here's the plot twist. The most exhausting part of your day isn't studying. It's not working. It's not creating. It's starting. Opening the book feels heavier than reading. Opening the laptop feels harder than editing. Beginning feels worse than doing. That resistance, that's friction. Your routine is full of friction points quietly draining you without you realizing. Now, pause for a second, because this is where most people mess up. When people feel tired, they try to do more. More discipline, more motivation videos, more hustle content. But tiredness usually comes from doing the wrong things at the wrong time. Let's talk about mornings. Most people wake up and immediately flood their brain with noise. Messages, reels, bad news, other people's lives. Your brain hasn't even booted up and it's already overwhelmed. Here's a tiny shift that changes everything. Delay input. Not forever, not extreme, just 30 minutes. No phone, no social media, no chaos. Instead, do something stupidly simple. Drink water, open a window, stretch for 1 minute. That's it. And here's why this works. You start the day responding instead of reacting. That single shift reduces mental stress more than any productivity hack. Tiny change, massive energy difference. But don't relax yet. This gets more interesting. The next energy killer hides in your productive hours. School, college, work. You sit down planning to focus and somehow end up switching tabs every 30 seconds. That's not lack of discipline. That's context switching. Every time you jump between tasks, your brain pays a tax. Again, and again, and again. By midday, you're exhausted without actually doing much. Here's the fix. Time blocks, but smaller than you think. Not 2 hours, not 1 hour. 20 minutes. One task, one tab, one goal. When the timer ends, stop, even if you feel in the flow. Why? Because stopping while you still have energy teaches your brain something powerful. Work doesn't always equal pain. Most people quit when they're exhausted. That trains the brain to avoid work next time. Do this instead and watch what happens. But don't celebrate yet, because afternoons are where routines really collapse. Between 2 and 5 p.m., energy crashes hit hard. People blame food, sleep,
genetics. But the real reason is simpler. You're forcing high-focus tasks during low-energy hours. Your routine ignores biology. Here's the shift. Use low-energy time for low-energy tasks. Emails, rewatching lectures, organizing notes, admin work. Save creative work for energy peaks, usually mornings or late evenings. This single change makes days feel lighter instantly. Now, let's talk about the silent killer nobody wants to admit. Procrastination. Most people think procrastination means laziness. Wrong. Procrastination is energy protection. Your brain avoids tasks that feel unclear, overwhelming, or emotionally heavy. So instead of forcing discipline, remove emotional weight. Shrink the task until it feels stupidly easy. Not study biology. Open the book. Read one paragraph. Not edit the video. Open the project file. Momentum doesn't come from motivation. It comes from starting small. Now, here's the cliffhanger moment. If your day feels draining, your night routine is probably sabotaging you. Let's be honest. Most nights look like this. You deserve a break. 1 video. 2 videos. Suddenly, it's 2 a.m. Then guilt. Then late sleep. Then tired morning. Repeat. Your routine isn't broken. It's predictable. Here's a powerful shift. Create a shutdown ritual. Same time, every night. No exceptions. Dim lights. Put the phone away. Prepare tomorrow's first task. That last part matters more than sleep. When you know exactly what to do tomorrow, your brain rests better because uncertainty is exhausting. Now, let me say something uncomfortable. You're not tired because you're doing too much. You're tired because you're doing too much without recovery. Rest isn't scrolling. Rest isn't content. Rest is letting your brain be bored. 5 minutes. No input. No stimulation. Feels uncomfortable. That's how you know you need it. Here's where everything connects. Energy comes from alignment. Routine aligned with how humans actually work. Not hustle culture. Not aesthetic morning routines. Not fake productivity. Just smarter defaults. So let's recap. Without overthinking. Start mornings without noise. Work in short focus blocks. Match tasks to energy levels. Shrink tasks to remove fear. End days with clarity. That's it. No drastic life overhaul. No waking up at 5 a.m. No superhuman discipline. Just systems that work with your brain. And here's the final truth. The energetic version of you already exists. They're just trapped inside a draining routine. Change the routine, and energy follows. So here's the challenge. Tonight, prepare tomorrow's first task. Just one. Make it small. Make it clear. Tomorrow morning, don't check your phone for 30 minutes. See how different the day feels. If this helped even a little, share it with someone who's always tired. Let's stop blaming ourselves. Let's build routines that actually work. Try this tonight, and let's level up together.